Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Popping Around the World today. What's that? Counting a couple of different faces. Not sure if we're going to get to see Eric today. So we're just going to kind of wing everything. He has some things that came up. So we'll just say hello to a few people in the chat real quick. And then I'll bring on our guests for the night. So we have ROSCOE, Rose 2 TV channel, The Shaggy Rifleman, Ryan Milky, Tats, Roscoe Pops, of course, Jedi John, Hey Nancy, Baby Ice 9119, Drew B, what's going on? Funko Muppet. Yep, LSU guy. Hey, James and Danny. How's everybody doing tonight? Uncle Mr. CAJUN. Good evening, Sassy Mr. CAJUN, everyone who's hanging out. So we'll bring our first guest on for the night. Hello.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Richard?
I'm good.
Good deal.
Awesome. Yeah. You ready to hang out and have some fun?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Horror Collector Fiend. Guess we'll bring on our next guest, or should we just leave him backstage?
Just leave him backstage.
Okay. All right. So what's going on though? We're just missing one more for the Bestie Squad. What's up with that?
Yes. One more.
About CISCO.
One more.
Well, there's CISCO's there, and then of course we have Nazarene and her heavy too.
Yeah. But she's still out of town, isn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So what y'all been up to?
Which ones?
You.
Oh.
I talked to them already. It's your turn.
Today we went on a field trip, family field trip, and where did we go? Wilbur Dam, and
there's a place called Little Wilbur and Little Wilbur Dam.
It's in what's it?
Wilbur Lake.
Elizabethton?
It's in Elizabethton, Tennessee.
If y'all been that way, but looked at the leaves, waterfall and all that sort. Well, not really waterfall, I guess.
No, it's a dam. It's
dam
a
water, whatever. Yeah, no, but it was
Damn waterfall.
Yeah, exactly. And chat, did you all notice the guys? They're all wearing their favorite teams. LSU, we have the Georgia Dog, and then of course the Bulldogs, and then of course Tennessee. It was just so funny.
Yeah, it was unscripted, not planned at all.
And I'm just wearing Tom and Jerry shirt. I'm not wearing.
I have my wrestling shirt. Of course.
And then what's Angie got on?
What you got right, Angie? Music.
Music, exactly.
Music. I should have put my own.
Hello, Christina. Mad Hatter, Clarissa. What's going on?
Hey,
So, what was I gonna say? Oh, y'all put up some Christmas lights recently. I saw.
Yeah. So yesterday, for Halloween, we went to Lowe's. They ran out of Halloween stuff. We waited last minute, so we were like, we better do it now or never. So they went yesterday and bought a bunch of stuff. And Brian and Mom.
Did you get the polar bear figured out?
Yeah, we did not figure it out. Tell me what's going on with the polar bear. Explain this.
The polar bear has too many female connections and not enough male connections.
Yeah, inside. I wish y'all seen Mom. She was trying to explain it to her. She goes, yeah, it's not connected. I was like, Mom, really? She's like, I was trying to explain it to your dad so you understand. I was like, Mom.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph right there. And
I know.
They're pointing this stuff out. And
I'm explaining how the plugs
In
are.
front of Mary and Joseph, no.
We can't
So,
figure it out.
you went on a family trip today because you wanted them to feel included in the anniversary since y'all went away for the weekend?
Yeah, especially the kids.
That was nice.
That's the one thing. Whenever we go somewhere, we're always like, oh, Brandon would love this or Gabby would love this. It never fails,
We do the same thing. We waited years and years and years. We took our first trip several years ago by ourselves. The whole time we were like, man, I wish the kids were here.
Yeah.
I feel so bad because they're not here. Oh, man, they would love this. So, yeah.
That must totally be the wife thing to do because I never say any of that stuff.
I'm with you. It's got to be the mom thing because it definitely ain't me. It's like, let's roll out.
Hey, Auntie Sharon, what's going
Hey,
on?
guys.
Come on, Nancy, hurry up, girl. So we are waiting on Nancy and Cisco.
Baby eyes.
Yes,
Matt.
Cisco's working late tonight, so he's on nights this week at work, unfortunately. But hey, Black Knight Mustang, what's going on? My new friend from Alabama.
Woohoo!
Cool.
Everyone grab a heart. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you, sir. He's a huge Alabama fan.
Oh, is he? Everybody's like, everybody's like,
I don't even know the dude and already lost respect.
No. I'm from Alabama, and no, thank you.
Yes.
he's not the winning team.
I kid. We all got to root for somebody.
Yeah.
We all have our favorites.
You gonna say I ain't gonna say too much till we beat them in the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Everybody's got to be somebody's last, and they're my last.
Sharon.
Maybe I'll get Sharon on here one day. That would be nice.
You'll hear
Yeah.
me what? SEC, you got to be the funnest. You got to be the funnest conference.
That'll be hard.
Would you say Otis?
Yeah.
What did Otis say?
Huh?
What did Otis say?
Otis.
Wait,
Oh, I hadn't heard him being called that in a long time. He said he would root for Atlanta before he would root for Alabama.
Yeah,
Hail to the
how about the
kingdom.
praise?
Chase, hey buddy.
Yeah,
James.
yeah. We
I was
don't
glad
like
I was
Thanksgiving too much.
No.
That's okay. You can whoop us, but we're still the Tigers. We'll always be Tigers.
That's right. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
By you,
No.
Bingley.
We're losing our coach, but that's okay.
Y'all changing coaches?
Yeah, he's stepping away.
Really?
They,
I broke that news to y'all.
Yeah, why is he stepping away?
Yeah, they I think they're just giving him a hard time, and he just decided that he was gonna after this season he
He
was
actually
gonna.
wasn't even. He didn't intend on keeping this job. This was just supposed to be a temporary thing,
Oh, I don't know.
and he just filled in. Well, they urged him to stay on because he was doing such a good job. Now they're giving him a hard time because not as it's just an off season.
I
They're
mean,
not gonna have every season top notch number one.
do they not understand it's the SEC? You have an up year, rebuild. Up year, rebuild.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you're Alabama and got an NFL payroll, then you just stay at the top.
Yeah.
Well,
This is
that's all Alabama has going for it. If you think about it, it's just that college, that one football team. That's it. They don't have nothing else.
You
They
know,
have the football team, Sassy.
Huh?
They have Auburn.
Who's
That's
all?
I know.
That's just almost as bad as Roll Tide.
you know the best thing about Alabama?
I thought we were friends, dear.
Hey, Tad.
We are. And we have also said we agree to disagree. We just we have our differences.
That's how you
we
become
have our
very-
opinions.
Yes.
I still love you with all my heart, I promise.
Okay.
The best thing about Alabama is the roads going out of it.
Right?
Hey,
Yeah.
I feel ganged up on right now, and I don't
No,
know.
I'm not ganging up on Andy, never.
No, she gets enough for me, y'all.
Yeah.
I give her enough.
If I ever found a genie, my
I'm
first
going
wish would be
home.
to put a 20-foot fence.
I don't have to take this.
You want Brian?
So if I ever found a genie, my first wish would be to put a 20-foot tall fence around the whole state of Alabama and then fill it with water.
Was it the one with the rail? I mean, the whole one. Oh my
Oh,
god!
we got Joe.
Oh, he got
Good thing you don't live in Alabama anymore.
Huh?
Good thing you don't live in Alabama anymore.
That don't mean I
Mason.
don't have family there.
I think you'd be smart enough to swim. The rest of them wouldn't.
He would go rescue the family, and then he would do the.
Kay said nobody's feeling bad for my Gators. I miss Tebow.
No, I miss Tebow too, but no, I don't feel bad for
You
you.
hear chomp chomping?
No, right here.
I felt bad for the Gators week before last.
I felt really good for them this past weekend.
I mean, I felt good for the Bucks when we beat them. Chase.
Looking at
Chase is a huge Bucks fan.
Uh-huh.
That
Hello,
day when
Pat.
he beat him, I text him. I'm like, "Hey, what happened to your Bucks?"
Man, I'm
They
cool with
turn
me
around
like-
and lose to the Falcons.
Yeah. Everybody always gives me a bunch of junk
Let me
about
tell you,
the Saints,
man.
so when I get a chance to jump back, I try.
That's so embarrassing.
But
We lost to the
Said you haven't heard about Tennessee. He's thinking back.
Please ask, it could be what you could be a Falcons fan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we get kicked in the teeth every week.
born and raised.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
But,
well,
but then again, on the other hand, the Atlanta Braves offset that. So
well, I mean, we do
I
good.
love the Atlanta Braves.
We get kicked in the teeth every week. People never give us our just due, even when we are doing good. So
You gotta admit though, we on our third string quarterback.
yeah,
I tell you what, I used to hate seeing y'all roll in town when y'all had Drew Brees.
Hey,
God,
girl.
that dude was
Hey,
tough.
baby.
Can you imagine all of us at a bar, sports bar, watching sports? It'd be crazy.
Oh,
Them three, I think, would just be wild. Us girls would be like,
I'll just go ahead and be honest. There ain't a whole lot of people I can watch football games.
He
with.
cusses.
I'll just go ahead and tell you.
I'm just gonna tell you, he's like a sailor. I had to stay out of the room. I'm just like, I'm out.
I don't know that I get right there with him though.
Oh
so-
yeah, you can. I'm louder than he is. You can.
Oh,
hear me
really?
across the yard.
Man,
I can do it. I can do it.
People on the football field.
Jump up screaming at the TV, the dog running and hiding. And
Yep.
The last
Oh,
game
yeah.
we watched-
Always running our
the
dog.
last
Why
game we
didn't you
watched,
do
you were
it?
just sitting there
Why
like,
didn't
you
you
sure
do it?
are quiet today. What? Are you okay?
I'm listening. She said, "Run, run!"
Hey,
I had
Charlie.
broken a TV over a Tennessee football game.
Oh gosh, it's awful.
That was years ago, not a proud moment. The good thing about them losing for the last 15 years is I don't break anything anymore.
'Cause
I've
you-
become used to it. I'm immune.
Hey, Thomas.
Well, and you're tired of wasting money too, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, that was the thing. Everybody thought it was out of anger. It was actually so I could upgrade.
Yeah.
You got to outsmart them every now and again, guys. You got to outsmart them.
Oh, is that how you upgrade your TV? Oh, no. That's
Don't
why
give him any ideas, Brian.
usually I'm the one that's okay with it. Usually she's the one that wants to upgrade. I'm just like, all right, then, let's upgrade.
How big is y'all's TV? Like, this seems like we want to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
75.
I think ours is 75.
72.
72 in the living room.
Yeah.
This one up here.
This one in our upstairs den is a 65. And after I put it up, I was like, I think I
Nazareth.
could have went 80.
Yeah, we
Well,
afraid.
you see, our wall ain't big enough for me.
Our band.
Yeah, if it was big enough, we get it.
Yeah.
big as we
But
could.
the 75 just fits on our wall. We don't have nothing else on our wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Catherine.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Nazareth.
Shout out to you.
You all
too,
have any
girl.
questions in the chat that you would like to ask the couples? Let's see what we
Yeah.
Let's see if any of y'all got some crazy, like the Newlywed Show. You know how they ask those crazy questions, whoopee and stuff like that, just weird stuff like that.
Yeah, go right ahead. Ask whatever you
What
want.
term word they use?
Oh,
That's
my
what
God.
they use on the Newlywed
Yeah.
Show.
See what I
It is.
mean?
It's true. That's what they said. I'm an open book.
I do know they said it. I just
I'm the
didn't
only
think
one
it come
that
out of your
does
mouth.
this one.
Whoopee. It's not a bad word. Yeah, ask a couple of questions. See, ask some crazy questions. Let's see what our answers will be.
You didn't want me in there.
Yeah. You leave them out so just now.
I didn't. I'm just used to always being up by myself, and I'm like, wait, he's the only one that his name isn't up there.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
ask a couple questions. Let's see who asks the craziest couple question. Do you have a question for Richard, Angie, Sassy, Mr. Cajun, or me or Brian? Who's got the craziest question?
Let's see what we got. Is it 1 ply or 2 ply?
1 ply or 2 ply?
Yeah, remember the toilet paper question?
Gotta have 2 ply.
Oh, gotta have 2 ply.
Oh, the toilet paper question.
Yeah, gotta have 2 ply.
There's not a 3-ply.
That 1 ply business got to go.
Charming.
It's like 8-ply. You wrap it around your hand 4 times.
I'm just pulling in the house. Just wanted to come.
Thanks for
over
coming
here.
by.
Thank you, Black Knight Mustang. You have a great night, sir.
Thanks for stopping in.
Jump.
I'm waiting for a good couple question from the chat.
CBKM.
Oh,
Ooh,
Please
Nazareth has
answer
one
this,
for you.
please.
Okay.
Finish this sentence. I wish my husband would pay as much attention to me as he does his blank.
His iPad.
Ooh, iPad. Richard's kind of like
No, I was gonna say video game, but no, it's iPad.
iPad.
Hey,
That's a video game, isn't
Well,
it?
and Richard flipped the question around. So, what would you say? I wish my wife would pay as much attention to me as
Are we trying
her.
to start a fight on here?
But this is always talking to y'all.
Yeah,
So,
I know. Yeah,
and
Feel bad,
Nazareth.
Richard. I feel the same way.
Richard's like, so you're on the same sentence as Richard.
So while she's over there dialing it up on this, I just dial it up on the iPad.
What's Mr. Cajun? So, Mr. Cajun, same question. What would you say about Sassy?
Probably the same thing. The phone,
It's got the same
because
question.
she's always on the phone or the computer.
Yeah. What'd you say about me?
I said the same thing. YouTube channel and see how well it went. I told her no YouTube this past weekend. She posted a video every day.
you know what she told us in our bestie group chat? She's like, I'm not going to put any videos on YouTube. I'm not going to post anything. I'll probably just put them in this chat for you girls to see.
Cause
Now,
it
there's
was
not even 2
private.
hours passed and you posted videos.
Hey, I have to get my watch hours in.
Every day.
And no pictures in the private chat.
I do admit something. though.
Sorry.
Lately, she's been waiting until I fall asleep to get on it. So she's
Well,
she'll
that's
spend time with me
considerate.
first. And then when I fall asleep, then because she doesn't go to sleep till about probably 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you for giving me my spot. Yeah,
So-
spend time with him first, and then I hang out with
That's
my
cool. Yeah. See?
So it's been a lot better lately, you know. But in the past, yeah, it was the phone, the computer.
You on your phone too a lot. So, all right, last guess. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, boy.
Oh,
What's up, bro?
Woo, Nancy had her picture done today. Woo,
yeah, her
woo.
eyes matched her outfit.
Her eyes matched her outfit. I wrote that.
I taught Ronnie how to use a curling
Hey,
iron. today.
Cisco, I'm trying to catch up. to you.
Oh, yeah. I'll be afraid of my kids. They would probably burn the back of my head.
I know mom would.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So did you read the question in the chat? Nancy, someone asked, what was it? Scroll back. I can't scroll back up to, I don't think.
What's the one thing that CISCO pays attention to that you wished he paid more attention to you or something? I can't remember.
How did it go again?
How'd it go?
How did the question go?
It was. I wish my husband would pay as much attention to me as he does his blank.
What would be the blank?
We don't pay attention to much of anything.
There's Eric.
There he is.
He's too broke. He's
Hello.
too broke
hello.
to pay attention.
I'm not used to seeing him without a hat of some sort on.
I know. We usually have a toboggan or a hat.
Something.
Right? Ooh, it's
Wait, what
right.
happened to your mic? Your other mic.
Wait, I got a mic too.
I have a lot of different stuff.
Oh,
that-
no, come
Oh,
on.
Unfortunately, my computer doesn't have a lot of spots to put things into. You know, it's
Oh,
like
gotcha.
I need a huge adapter or something. I'm going to end up causing a fire. You know, in the house one of these days. You're going to see me on the.
I know that face.
I'm going to be on a stream, and all of a sudden I'm just going to catch on fire.
It's like sparks everywhere.
You know, it's going to be like, yeah, boy, and then. But
Oh no!
Oh
It's
no.
gonna turn into one of those. Oh no! Oh no.
so obviously we have couples here tonight, so that's awesome. We are having a pop in around the world couples night, and it's funny how in the chat you were talking about some newlywed type questions.
See?
We do have a game of that to play.
Ooh.
So, and I know Cisco, you've been working mad hours, and
Yeah.
happy belated your birthday. Happy birthday!
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Woo, he's a youngin'.
Um,
Yeah.
I know the gentlemen sometimes like to not be on too late because they're putting in the hours and they want to go to bed, and I get that, and we appreciate everybody being here. So we're gonna try to roll this the best we can. So what I'd like to do, so you guys have pen and paper by chance? Do you guys have any pen and paper by chance?
There, you grab it. I think I got, right there's a notebook on that little TV table thing. I got a pen right here. Or you might want to grab your own pen.
So what I was gonna have you guys do is I was gonna have
a pen right here.
If the men could step out of the room for a quick second.
Oh, don't be listening, Brian.
I'm gonna have some questions to ask the girls.
You can't watch it on YouTube either.
Yeah, don't be watching it in here. Everybody leave their phones and iPads in this room.
Listen, Casey can't leave the room. You gonna put that man outside in the cold?
He's
gonna go stand out in the yard.
He's gonna go get him some water. He's good.
Get yourself a cold pop. You can bring me a drink.
Like I said, right now, couples, we are starting to play. Just want to let you know it is game on.
Yes.
Hey, Johnny Funko.
What's up, Johnny Funko? So here's one of the things that we are going to play. And obviously, guys, you should know your spouse. You should know your significant other pretty well by now, I would imagine. So we're going to see how well you guys know each other and how well they know you. Because to love you is to know you, right? Okay, so what we're going to do here is we got some question rounds. So ladies, we'll go ahead and start rotation wise. So Angie, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Christina, and then we will work our way to Nancy, and then obviously Sassy. So these are the questions, and what you're going to do is tell me what you think he might say. Okay?
Do I need to write anything down?
So you're not going to write yours down. What you're going to do is this. Hold on, let me quick think. Yeah, what I want you to do is write down what you think he's going to say. Okay. And okay. First one is what is his favorite food to eat on game day? Okay, so what is he going to say is his favorite food to eat on game day? Okay, so you're writing that down?
Yep.
Okay, so you can write that down, but we're going to go ahead. So, Angie, what would you say?
Twice baked potatoes and pizza.
Okay. Christina?
I'm going to say buffalo wings.
Buffalo wings. Nancy?
He'll probably say lasagna, but he's also going to say that he don't care about game day because he doesn't watch sports.
Or let's just say it's some big like a movie, TV or something like that would kind of, you know what I mean? Like what he would watch.
He'll probably say lasagna.
Okay. Or what would be his like go-to food? Sassy?
Chicken strips and chips and dip.
Okay. So make sure you guys write that down. Now, Sassy, we're going to start with you and go back. If your man was to have a guy crush on a celebrity, who would he pick?
I'm going to say Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. All right. Nancy?
He's going to say I'm not gay.
Okay. Okay, so you can, if that's fine. Christina?
I would either, I'm going to say Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. All right. Angie?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. All right. Since you started dating, what area has he most improved in? What area has he most improved in? Angie?
His attitude.
Attitude. Okay.
Ooh.
Christina?
Cooking.
Cooking. All right. Nancy?
He's probably going to say he's always been perfect because he's just a smart aleck.
I want to hear his answer. I really cannot wait to hear what he said.
All right. And Sassy?
Communication.
Communication.
Can
All
I
right.
change my answer?
Which one did you want to change?
the last one, because that's what I would say, but I don't think that's what he would say.
Right, and you want to try to guess what he's going to say.
Okay, I'm gonna say he's money, financially more stable.
Okay, so you guys have your answers down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do 2 rounds because obviously it'll be a little bit easier. All right, so going back into with Angie, this one right here, who would he say takes longer showers?
Well, okay, I would say him.
Okay, he's gonna and Christina.
I'm gonna have to say him because I do baths only.
Me too. That was nice.
I know.
Okay, and Nancy.
He's gonna say me.
Okay, and Sassy.
Himself.
All right. So Sassy, what would he say is his superpower if he was to have one?
Ooh. Strength.
Strength. Okay. Nancy.
I've asked him this question before, and he says he don't care about superpowers. He loves his life.
Okay, so do you think that so that's what he's gonna be his answer then?
Mm-hmm. I love my life. I don't need superpower.
All right, Christina.
I'm gonna say 6 cents.
6
He
cents.
thinks he knows things ahead of
I
time.
can't wait to hear Brian's answers.
Angie.
He cracks me up.
I might not even know my husband. Hey,
I fly. That he could fly.
What was it?
Fly.
Oh, fly. Okay.
That he could fly.
All
I
right. So,
believe I can
on the
fly.
last round, if they won the lottery, what is the first thing he would buy?
Oh,
He will pay off all our bills.
That sounds like my husband, but that's not buying. That's paying off.
Well, but if you think that's what his answer would be,
Okay, well,
then
Yeah,
go ahead
and pay off our house is probably what he's gonna say. Off our bills, our house.
okay. Angie.
We talk about this all the time. It would be land and put a house on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna say log cabin. I mean, of course, land, but log cabin. That's his thing. He's always wanted log cabin.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So let's go ahead and have the gentleman come back through if we can.
Brian.
Brian!
Like everybody hollers for their husbands.
Babe, you can come
Brian, I'm ready.
Brian!
There's I think.
Everybody's hollering for you, Brian. Because
Brian! No, it's just me.
And while we're waiting for that, guys, we'll go ahead and we got a commercial here.
Hey!
All right. So
What kind of
once
question?
again, gentlemen, we appreciate you guys
we
stepping out.
can't
a
wait
little
to
bit.
hear your all's answers. Oh my God. Cisco, especially. I can't wait to hear.
I might not know him. I don't know. Hey, I just know he's a smart Alex, so I answer that.
No, it's gonna stand on top.
I'm
So
all right.
we're waiting on Mr. Cajun, and there he is. So gentlemen, we asked the ladies a series of questions, so a total of 6 questions.
Umpty, he did. Umpty, he was asleep.
Hold on, let me look
He knew
at
He
So
just
the
got
thing
off of work.
is they're going to get points if they match your answers. Okay. So the first round will be 5 points, and the second one will be 10. And they're going to try to guess what you're going to say. So Brian, we're going to go ahead and start with you. The first question was, what is your favorite food to eat on game day?
Buffalo wings.
Okay. And Christina?
And my answer was ding, 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 buffalo wings.
Okay. DK gets 5. All right. So Angie,
Oh.
Angie, and we're going to go ahead and go in your direction. So Richard,
My answers are hidden.
what is your favorite food to eat on game day?
Definitely pizza and them The potatoes you make.
Potatoes you make.
Potatoes.
Twice
The
baked
potatoes.
Yeah, the
Potatoes.
potatoes.
Twice
All right,
baked
Angie, so how do
potatoes.
you make them potatoes?
What'd she say?
Twice baked potatoes.
twice baked potatoes and pizza.
Okay.
She got it.
What in the world is a twice
That's
baked
probably get you
potato?
to make it every
All right.
time there's a big
Now-
game. Yeah.
Cisco,
Angie.
I know you're not like a huge, sports guy, but if you were to sit down and watch something, you're like, oh, I can't wait to watch this, but you want to have a meal with it, you're going to have that sit down meal. What would you choose? What would be your go-to food?
Like my favorite food?
Yes.
Lasagna.
Yes,
I mean, it's good
Oh,
too.
Yeah, there you go, Nancy. Nancy was getting nervous a little bit.
All right.
that would be
I thought
my
you were going to say
favorite
tacos
food.
or something.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Cajun, what is your favorite food to eat on game day?
Gator.
Yeah.
Watch me get it wrong.
Chicken strips. Fried chicken strips.
That's
All
it.
right. Anything else that you add to it or no? You might want to throw something else in there.
Sassy's giving you the look. She's like staring you down.
You should have picked one thing, Sassy.
I did. At
Yeah.
first, I did say one thing, and then I added the other.
All right, but what did you have though, Sassy? What
Chicken
did
strips.
Yeah. So we're gonna give you we're giving you the 5 because you did say the main.
Yeah, you can make dish.
Oh yeah, but I mean, everybody does chips and dip.
No, he does twice baked potatoes and that.
We do chips and
He
dip.
does buffalo wings, and nobody
So,
else.
but
Okay.
it's always twice baked potatoes and pizza. They're like
But-
Super Bowl and all that.
Chips and dip too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Okay. So Mr. Cajun, okay. If now keep in mind, like I said, this is just like who would be. Let's just try to say like somebody you'd probably hang out with for the day, or if you were to have like that man crush, if there was like that guy crush on a celebrity, who would you pick?
A celebrity?
yeah.
Celebrity.
To have a crush on, look at his face.
That's tough. A celebrity.
Marty McFly.
He's really thinking on it. Sassy's like, you better get this right. No, we had a
Well,
big
one I wouldn't mind hanging out with. He's passed away.
But
So
what about his co-host?
She's trying to throw a hint. Pick the co-host.
that's hard. There's several of them I wouldn't mind hanging out with.
The next
Right, but
co-host.
this is what Sassy thinks that you would say as your number one answer.
You said a crush.
Yeah, man
Well,
crush.
If you
Who would
want to
your
say,
man crush
so,
sort of?
if your man was to have a guy crush on a celebrity, who would he pick? That was the
Hey,
question.
Caitlin.
Yeah,
Terminator.
What do you say?
Oh yeah, I'm in on the sausage dip.
Yeah, I love sausage
love
dip.
it too.
A sausage
That's
dip.
the choice.
Caitlin. What is sausage dip?
I guess Vin Diesel.
Oh,
And Sassy, what'd you say?
Vin Diesel.
There we go.
All right, so Cisco, we're gonna go back down to you now. Like I said, it's just in this, basically, it's just if there's a nice celebrity out there that you're like, in that sense, and not crushed in the sense of like, hey, I'm gonna date this person. It's just like if your man was to have a guy crush on a celebrity, who would he pick?
I know you would normally say Mr. Cajun, but he's not a celebrity, so you got to think of the celebrity world.
Well, I'm gonna crush on no dude.
That's what Nancy said you'd say.
Nancy, what did you say? What did you say, Nancy?
I said he would say I'm not gay, but he said he don't have no crush on the dude.
Right. All right, and so we're going over to Brian.
Who?
Brian.
Yeah, I'm like Cisco. I ain't got no crush on no dudes, but if I was just gonna hang out with somebody for the day or whatever, I could totally have a beer with Peyton Manning.
All right.
Oh,
And
good job.
Is that what you said?
She
BK,
did.
what'd you say?
Yeah, Tennessee has to,
All right. All right. So, and Richard.
I have crushes on lots of dudes.
Oh, Angie.
And hope you's able to narrow it down. I hope you's able to narrow that down, Angie. That sounds
I
like.
don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so who do you think that he picked? Or that she said you would say?
I'd have to probably go Tom Brady because I'd love to hang out with him.
She got it. He got it.
Dude, I want to hang out with that joker, and I want to see if he'd let me put his rings on. Put them Super Bowl rings.
Caitlin, that's a good one, Caitlin.
All right, so
Is
now
that what you said?
I don't have crushes on dudes either.
Really?
We got that in common. I love it.
okay, so Mr. Cajun, since you started dating, what area have you most improved in?
Everything.
Start thinking that answer, guys.
Oh, God.
I mean, they ain't one. I mean, there's everything.
Good Lord.
So, you're gonna
Yeah,
say,
when you met
everything.
me, I was a
Bob's
freaking idiot.
opinion.
No, this is supposed to be, but it's supposed to be what we think you would say.
Oh my God.
So it's what you think sassy. It's what
Yeah, I had to
sassy
change
thinks
my
you're gonna
answer.
say.
Yeah, that's what I think you would say.
You had to change your answer.
Yeah,
Dude, when you met me, I was a freaking idiot.
I know.
Communication.
That's a freaking idiot. Who said that?
You got it.
Oh, it's Richard.
Oh my God, he got it.
What did he say?
What'd you say?
Communication.
Oh,
He said,
yeah.
All right, Cisco.
No.
So, like I said, since you guys started dating, what area have you most improved in? What do you think Nancy would say?
You should hear Nancy's answers. I just want to see Cisco says this stuff. This was totally different, like usual answers.
What was the question?
Since you started dating, what area has he most improved in?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You haven't improved in anything?
I don't think so.
So it's from the very
Yeah,
so
nothing
Cisco, from the very first time that you guys dated and met
Wow.
to now, what do you feel in the relationship in general, like that you've improved on, or things that you've improved on?
It's
I don't think it's communication.
I don't know. I think we're about the same.
All right, Nancy, what
was your answer, Nancy?
I was just that he's always been perfect, so nothing changed.
I like
I've been the same.
All right, Brian. So we go to you. Since you started dating, what area has he most improved in?
God almighty.
What I say?
What do you think? You would say. I think you would say.
I have no idea. Cooking.
Look at that.
All right, and your answer?
My answer was. Let me turn the page.
I think you said cooking.
It was cooking. Woohoo!
All right.
I don't cook. He does.
All right.
Not
So
allowed to cook
Richard.
anymore.
So Richard, like we go to you to round that out. So since you started dating, what area has he most improved in?
Oh
So
my
this is
God.
what she's gonna say.
A lot.
You're the only one that thinks
See, whenever she met me, I was a dirt poor idiot. So
dirt poor.
He had a spark though.
You got something that's got a sparkle in her eye.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what do you think if you narrowed it down to one thing? What would you say?
I'm most improved on
Yeah.
probably money. Because when you met me, I didn't have nothing.
I agree.
And he's all like, I agree.
I agree.
And so
Awesome.
was that the answer?
Yes.
Hey, Mad Hatter.
Got it right.
That's what I said that he would say. So yes, he's right.
Dude, man, you met me. I was dirt poor. I didn't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of.
But if I had to say, I would say attitude.
All right. So Richard, we're gonna start the next round with you.
That's awesome.
Who would you say takes longer showers?
Oh, that would be me because she takes a bath. So
Okay.
it had to definitely be me.
And would you say, Angie?
The whooping question.
It's him because I take a bath. So
All right. There you go. Okay, so Brian, who would you say takes longer showers?
My answer is the same as his because I take showers, she takes baths.
Okay. And that's
True.
I mean, how else can we get an extra hour of phone time in if they ain't taking a bath?
Whatever.
Yeah, sitting there like you taking a bath there, Bailey, Terry,
Hey,
and
Mad
back there.
Hatter.
all right, Cisco.
Hey, Slushland.
Me?
Yeah.
So Cisco, who would you say takes longer showers?
Me.
Okay.
And I said he would say me. So wrong.
Okay, so he said it was Nancy. All right. So Mr. Cajun, who would you say takes longer showers?
Probably her because I take a shower and I don't take but 5 minutes to take a shower. It don't take more than 5 minutes to take
I
a shower.
don't take showers,
You take a bath.
but I don't take showers. That's the thing. They
I
both
want to know how
take-
exactly do you take
Yeah,
a shower?
they take baths, and I take baths too. I don't
Were you
take showers.
taking a
If you would
shower?
take longer in there than I would.
If I took showers, but I don't.
Yeah, if you took
So
a shower,
you
you
said it
take
wrong.
longer.
Really? Because I don't take
I don't
showers.
take a shower.
But
I mean,
if you took a
I
shower,
bathe, I
you
wash
would take
myself.
longer.
All right, so
Shower anywhere.
Sassy, what was your answer?
Himself.
All right.
Uh-oh,
All
Sassy,
right.
we got that one wrong.
So here's your next one. So Mr. Cajun,
You did.
we're gonna start back again. What would you say would be your superpower if you had one? So what would she be saying? So
Oh,
what
you
would
know
be your
her. You know the
superpower?
answer to that.
What's your superpower if you had one?
Speed.
And Sassy, what did you say?
Strength.
Strength. Okay. All right. And so Cisco, what would you say is your superpower if you had one?
Mm. I don't think I want no superpowers.
And Nancy?
I said I don't need any superpowers. That's what he was saying.
Yep.
Why don't you need superpowers?
All right. And so Brian?
Oh my God. I have no superpowers.
What is all you always think you currently have? You always think you currently have stuff, yes.
Oh my God.
Call me now for your free reading, Miss Cleo.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that commercial?
I remember that commercial.
I don't know. I'm good at
I'll
reading
give you a
people.
hint.
He says reading people.
I'm good at reading people.
Good at reading people. Okay. And Christina?
And my answer was
Caitlin,
I said
don't say that
6
too loud,
cents.
line up, man.
6 cents. So
So 6 cents.
reading people, yeah, you can think that, yep.
Okay.
Hey, Chills. What's
What's up,
up?
Tills?
Okay. What's up, Tills? All right. So Richard, we go to you. What would you say is your superpower if you were to have one?
Oh, I'd be up and away. I'd be flying.
All
Be
right.
We
And-
didn't try to.
And Angie, what did you say?
I said flying.
Okay, so flying. There we
He was like
go.
on this.
Okay,
These
so
are
Richard,
conversations that we have, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about
We do
superpowers.
talk about crazy stuff like this, don't we? I've had about what powers. It is crazy questions we talk.
your last
Hey, Mark.
round, gentlemen. Here's your last question. So Richard, if they won the lottery, what is the first thing he would buy?
Oh, hell, we talk about that all the time.
Mhm.
We talk about buying a whole bunch of land and building a big house.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We
And,
were talking about that earlier today.
All right, and I know she mentioned that. So, Brian, if you won the lottery, what is the first thing that you would buy?
Oh, it'd be land and build a log house.
Okay.
We
And,
saw some of them today.
Yep, I said that log cabin.
all right, and Cisco, if you woke up tomorrow, you won the lottery, what is the first thing that you would buy? What would you do?
Probably pay off all the bills I got now.
And Nancy, what'd you say?
Yeah, that's what
Our bills.
All right. And Mr. Cajun, so if you won the lottery, what is the first thing that you would buy?
Some land and build a house.
And Sassy, what'd you say?
At first, I said a house, but then I heard Nancy say pay off all the bills because he said before he would pay off all the bills and first and then buy a house.
Yep.
She's been talking about buying a house and me building a house for years. So that's why I said build a house.
And obviously to build a house, you would have to
Pay off bills.
pay bills and stuff. So that we're gonna fall into that category. All right. So
Hey, Fish Cat.
Yeah, they go hand in hand.
here's what we're gonna do. So, gentlemen, you're up next. The ladies are gonna step out of the room real quick.
Gentlemen, I don't know if you know, but this is what gets us on the couch.
I knew they were the kids.
In 22 years, this man never stepped on a couch.
Hey, Mr. Cajun, remember when she stayed up and spent time with you?
Okay. Okay, so here we go. We got some rounds of questions. So, Richard, we're going to start with you. Now, you're going to write these down of what you think her answer is going to be. So you don't have to write the question down. Just write what you think the answer would be.
Okay, what her answer would be?
Right, because I'm going to ask you the question, and you're going to tell me what you think she will say.
Okay.
All right. So you got that, gentlemen? You're going to write down what you think she will say. All right. So starting off, where would she say is the least romantic place you got romantic?
Oh my God.
Oh, wee. Man. Oh, excuse me. Come back to me. Let me think about that one for a second. Let me think about that for a second. That's
Brian.
I'm gonna say parents' house.
All right, so parents' house. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Put me down for that same answer.
Same answer. Okay. Cisco.
Same. Parents' house.
All right, parents' house. All right.
It could be for anybody.
Well, I've heard people one time say the supermarket. You know,
Hey, the supermarket. That's being brave there.
Yeah.
I'd have to say gas station.
Gas station. Okay. All right. So make sure you guys write those answers down. All right. So now we're going to go back over again. Richard, what is the funniest thing she is most famous for saying all the time?
Instead of saying probably, she says probably.
Okay. All right.
And I find that funny, and I think I point it out to her all the time.
Okay. Brian?
Oh my God. The funniest thing that she says. I don't know. She's got this thing with using past tense words when she shouldn't be using past tense words.
Okay, so past tense is things in past tense is what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and Cisco, what about you? What is the funniest thing she is most famous for saying all the time?
Funniest thing.
So something you know Nancy's pretty good about, like, you know, saying something on a regular basis that she basically, you know, it's a funny. She says it all the time. Something along those lines. Like, you know how she would always, like, if she came in and every morning it'd be like, you know, doodle doo, you know, like something that's just going to stand out that you're like, you know, she always says this, you know, or if she's like, there's got to be something that she consistently says.
No, I don't know.
I'm in the same boat, man. Don't feel bad.
So what do you think? Now remember, it's what you think she's gonna say.
Yeah. I know she say like the word button funny, but
Okay.
that's not like every day.
No, but I mean, but that's something that maybe stands out a little bit more. So you're gonna go with button then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Cajun.
Really, the only thing I can think of, she says right a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna put that down. Okay. So Mr. Cajun, this is the third question in this round. You're gonna complete this sentence. It's about time my lady got her own celebrity show. It's called Extreme Blank. So it's about time my lady got her own celebrity show. It's called Extreme Blank.
Extreme Pop Collection.
Okay, so pop collection. All right. Cisco.
Like parodies.
What was
Extreme
it?
parodies.
Parody.
Parodies. Extreme parodies. Okay. Brian.
I'm gonna say extreme nosiness.
Coziness. Okay. And Richard.
I'm gonna go with extreme cooking.
Oh, I like it.
Okay. Extreme cooking. All right. Perfect. All right. So next set of questions. So Richard, what would you say? What would you say that she would remember the very first movie that you guys watched together?
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yep.
Okay. Brian.
Enemy of the state.
Enemy of the State. Cisco. Remember what she would think is the very first movie you guys watched together?
This one's gonna get me on the couch.
You know?
Just look at us.
Better go ahead and go get your pillow, go get your blanket.
I already got my blanket.
I already know I'm gonna get all these wrong.
Oh, I can't remember.
You have any guess? Anything that in that time? Think of the time frame when you guys first started dating. What movies were out around that time? Okay, so I'll come right back to you, Mr. Cajun.
Now she don't like to go to the movies, so we don't go to the movies that often. But she does really love the movie Last Dragon. So,
Last Dragon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Last Dragon.
Okay. All right. So, Cisco, do you want to throw a name out like Wizard of Oz? You want to throw anything out there?
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. Okay. All right. So, Richard, what would she say is the song that most reminds you of her?
Most reminds her of me.
Well, so she's going to say the song that most reminds you of her. So basically, what I would say to that, now that I'm kind of looking at it, so what you want to do is, what song would she say reminds you of you is what I'm looking at. So what song would she say that reminds her of you?
I'm thinking of the question the opposite direction. Like,
Okay.
what does the husband think of the woman in the song?
Right. And that's kind of what I was going with right there. So I'm just trying to how I'm wording it. So
Okay, so what makes a song that makes her think of me?
You think of
You
her.
think of her.
right, that you think of her,
Oh,
like
okay.
what would she say? Yeah,
Andy Griggs, she's more.
she's more okay.
Yep.
And Brian,
Hey, I want to change my other question. The
Okay.
extreme one, I want to change that to ghost hunting instead.
ghost hunting. Okay,
Yeah, I don't like the couch. It's not that comfortable.
all right,
But this one right here would be you say it best when you say nothing at all.
okay. Cisco,
It's a Garth Brooks song that I sing in the shower, and she always laughs about that. But I don't know the name of the song.
okay, but it'd be a Garth Brooks song, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Cajun,
It's a mix between two songs. It would be Crazy Girl or My Best Friend.
Okay.
Either one of those two is pretty much the same thing.
Okay, no problem. All right, so last one. Okay. When dating, so we'll start with you, Mr. Cajun, going back down. When dating, what was her pet name she would give you? So what do you think she would say that her pet name that she gave you when you were dating?
I don't know. We pretty much always called each other Bae.
Okay. So that would be something, an affection term that she would use. Okay.
Yep.
CISCO?
Honey bunch of those.
Honey bunches. Okay. Brian?
Bertha.
Okay. And Richard?
Asshole.
I want to change mine too.
I'll be willing to bet you when she comes down because she used to call me that. She say just call me asshole.
All right, who wanted to change?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and go get the ladies.
Christina.
We'll be right back.
Hey.
Commercial. We'll be right back, guys. And here we go. All right.
Hey, he's trying to get us divorced.
I was trying to get everybody divorced.
All right, and we got
Ours is who gets divorced first out of the show.
all right, ladies. All right, so here we go. We're gonna see if you guys can match up one more time. So let me go ahead and make sure I tally this. And so the gentlemen were trying to decide if they were going to be on the couch tonight. So here we go.
What you laughing about? You never slept on a couch.
Right. So Christina, we're going to start with you.
Oh boy.
Okay, where would you say is the least romantic place you got romantic?
That's romantic.
Hey, dude,
Let's just know whenever I said this, about all of them went with it.
I went with it for sure.
So now he just gave away the answer to all of us.
Oh yeah, make it easy for the rest of the people.
That's only if you get it, Christina.
This place get romantic.
Yep. So where would be like the least romantic place that you got romantic?
I have no idea.
And he's talking
Well, like,
about
for example,
stuff,
like,
not
if you guys went to go to the laundromat and you were doing the laundry and all of a sudden nobody else is in there and you guys were like started kissing and got romantic, that would be not the most romantic place to do it. But at the same time, that's what we're looking at. It's the least romantic. Some people have said the grocery store, things like, like I've heard people say different stuff. But what do you think that he said that he thinks you're going to say?
Can we skip somebody else? I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I'll go up to Richard and Angie. So what do you think, Angie, that Richard said?
My mama's house.
All right. And Richard, what did you say?
I said parents' house.
Parents' house. So there you go. All right. So Roscoe pops. All right. So Nancy. So what do you think CISCO said? Where would she say is the least romantic place you got romantic?
My mom and dad's.
All right.
You don't think that that wasn't very romantic.
I love it.
Pine needles.
What would you like? What would you say is the answer, Christina?
We'll go to the parents' house.
All right.
Everybody.
All right. So Sassy.
I'm glad my mom and dad.
Now I know you
Sassy's crying over there. What's going on, Sassy?
I know you hear some answers, but not all of them are. It might not be a clean
not all of
sweep
them are that.
It might not be a clean sweep, but
Oh, I know it's not a
No.
clean sweep.
all right.
It's just trying to decide which one of the two is the worst.
I want to hear both. What's both the answers?
Right?
I want to hear what you're thinking at least.
I would have to say. Oh my God, which one did you say?
That's his face.
I would say the least of the two worst ones, but oh gosh. Okay. Which one did you say?
Yeah, we want to hear both at least. We can pick out your
In the
Caitlin.
in the car at his work.
So does he work at a gas? Does he work like at a gas station?
No,
She worked at a gas station.
I worked at a gas station.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that to you, Sassy. So the car work gas station. I'll go ahead and give that to you. All right.
Was
So-
the car one while he was working the new job at the church?
No, that was weird.
Oh man.
All right. So Nancy, what is the funniest thing she is most famous for saying all the time? So what do you think Cisco said? What is the funniest thing she is most famous for saying all the time?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was
I don't know. Bye, Felicia.
hard.
Okay, Cisco, what'd you say?
Good one.
Button.
Button. When do I say button?
You say it weird.
You just said it twice.
How are you supposed to say it?
All right,
Angie, how are you supposed to say it?
Sassy? Sassy, what's the funniest thing that is most famous for saying all the time?
That I'm most famous for saying all the time.
Yes.
Ooh, I have no clue.
Yeah, exactly.
I say a lot of things.
What do you think you mostly say that he? Are you thinking about what he's going to say?
Or things you may not realize you say.
I mean, if that question was about Cisco, it would have been yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no
It's a
idea.
hard one. That one.
Well, give me a guess.
I have no idea. I couldn't even think of laissez le bon temps rouler, maybe? I don't know. I
All right,
can't think of
Mr. Cajun, what did you put down?
Right?
Okay. So we got Button.
That's
we
all
got
I can
Right.
think of.
All right, so Christina.
I don't have something to say all the
I
time.
always say Stoke. I don't think it's a you two. It must be something I say to you all the time, Brian, or just I say it all the time.
So what's the funniest thing that you're most famous for saying all the time?
Gosh.
You got to think that we've been together for 23 years, 22 married, so YouTube is the new thing.
Oh
So
man.
it's not YouTube.
God. Let's see. That weird quote I always say. I forget what I say. I don't know. God, this is hard. This is too much. Oh my God.
I thought we were like stuck on first.
Oh, I can't even think. This is bad. I don't know.
All right,
You know
give me something. Throw something out there.
I'm just gonna say Stoke because I can't think of nothing. I don't know.
And Brian, what was your answer?
Past tense. She uses the wrong word at the wrong time.
Stoked is past tense.
Like she'll say was instead of were. You know, she just uses the wrong words at the wrong time.
That's well, I don't think this. You have to say
And,
I was thinking of a word, but one word.
Let's shoot over to
Like hers would
Angie,
be yeah, I'm thinking of a phrase.
Roscoe Pops. Angie, what is the funniest thing she's most famous for saying all the time?
I know what he said because he makes fun of me because of the way I say it.
What is I wonder?
He says that I say probably instead of probably.
Probably.
What was your answer, Richard?
Probably.
All right. Nancy,
I mean, this is all the time, y'all.
That's 22 years with the probably.
Probably.
At least you knew the answer. I didn't know mine.
Oh, I didn't know. I couldn't think of
Because
that.
this is all the time thing.
I make fun of her 3-4 times a day about it.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Poor
All right,
Angie.
Nancy,
Poor Angie.
Hey,
we're gonna start with
probably
you,
tired of
Nancy.
that.
Complete this sentence.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It's about time. It's about time my lady got her own celebrity show. It's called Extreme Blank. It's about time my lady got her own celebrity show. It's called Extreme Blank.
oh, you
What do
know
He
you
what
always
think?
tells me I should like do my funny songs or my raps or like the rhyming stuff I do.
So like parody type stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Cisco, what do you say?
The parodies.
Okay, so Cisco and Sassy.
Oh, you got something right.
Okay, do this.
All right, Sassy. So it's about time my lady got her own celebrity show. It's called Extreme.
I say Pacific too.
But Caitlin, you're from whatever that little tornado town is called. So nobody
Girl. I would say laughing because I like to laugh and I laugh a lot. I don't know.
What is
extreme laughing.
Cajun, what'd you say?
You do good.
Huh?
Extreme
Look
pop
behind you.
collection.
Oh, I thought about that, but I already have that. I'm already doing that.
That would be a reality show.
He wants you to be a celebrity at it.
When you hit the big
Oh, I
time.
thought I was a celebrity.
Okay, so
You just popped my
BK
bubble. Thanks.
Phipps. It's about time my lady got her own celebrity show. It's called Extreme.
Mine would have to be paranormal or ghost hunting. That's my thing. That is my thing.
Well, Brian saved himself from the couch. Brian, what did you say?
My first answer was nosiness.
What?
My second answer was ghost hunting.
What do you say?
He
Don't look at me like that. I heard how she said she can't wait to hear all y'all's answers.
I'm curious. Whatever.
okay, but he did change it to ghost hunting, so he
Yeah.
did get it
I
correct.
love paranormal. Yeah, that would be my
Okay,
thing.
so Angie, it's about time my lady got her own celebrity show. It's called Extreme Blank.
He's laughing.
I kind of know what Angie would pick.
Well, because I was thinking the pop thing, but then it was like maybe not because we already do YouTube. So the only thing I do outside of that, I cook a lot. So
So extreme cooking.
I guess cooking, yeah.
Okay, and Richard, what did you say?
Probably not though.
Yeah, you want to say?
Yeah. What is that?
Cooking.
Extreme cooking. Okay.
You
All
got
right,
it.
next round here. All right, so Sassy, what would you say? So the question was, what would she say was the first movie you watched together?
Oh, no.
I got that one.
I couldn't remember the first movie.
That's a hell of a night there.
Now Sassy, he said you don't like to go to movies quite a bit, but there was one movie that kind of stood out a little bit more than others for you that you really liked. Do you remember what movie? Name a movie that possibly that could be.
The Last Dragon?
And what, Mr. Cajun, would you say?
Last Dragon.
Last
Yes,
Dragon.
way to
There we
go.
go.
That new movie?
That's my movie, The Last Dragon. That and Grease and Wizard of Oz. That's my 3 top favorite movies.
All right, so Nancy,
Those are my top.
what would you say would be a movie that you remember? Maybe a movie, first movie that you guys watched together, or what would you think that his answer would be?
He's probably gonna say he can't remember because he don't remember what he did yesterday. He can't remember that far.
Okay, I'm gonna give that to you, Nancy, because he did come along those lines. But also think of now, what is one of your favorite fandoms?
Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I get you guys for that
All
one.
right, so Christina, what would you say is the first movie you guys watched together?
We went and saw the one with Will Smith, The Enemy of the State.
And Brian, what did you say?
Enemy of the state.
Yeah.
All right. And Angie, what would you say is the first movie you guys watched together?
Bye, Felicia.
Okay. I know this because this was our very first date.
I think we told you about it, Eric.
We told y'all when we were on y'all's show last time. That was the night we had the gun pulled on us. So I will never forget it. It was next Friday.
And what did you say, Richard?
Next Friday.
Okay,
Never
perfect.
forget it.
Dude, I'll be old and senile, but I'll remember that.
Yep.
Okay, so Christina, now the question is what would she say? What would she say is the song that most reminds him of you?
This brings me to another movie, Notting Hill, that has that song. What is it? Alison Krauss.
It is Alison Krauss.
When you say nothing at all. I love that song. Well, that was the song.
And Brian, what did you say?
You say it best when you say nothing at
Yeah,
all.
that's it. Yoo-hoo!
All right.
Well, that's a different the title different, but that's
It
the
is
song.
called Nothing at All.
Yeah.
So Nancy, so what would you say is the song that most reminds him of you?
Him of me or me of him?
Well, so basically he's going to sing a song that reminds him of you.
Oh, I think I did that wrong.
He did the other way.
So, or what do you think?
I did it like what song you would think reminds you of me.
Yeah.
The one I was telling you about the other day, Eric, that I said he needs a few brewskis and he'll sing it in the shower. Friends in Low Places.
And
I love Friends in Low Places.
All right, and Cisco, would you mention?
Garth Brooks.
And you said singing in the shower. So, all right.
Eric, we just had that conversation the other day.
Well, and
Keith
that's why
Whitley
we want.
sang it first, but Alison Krauss and Union Station sung it also.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Alice Krauss. Yeah.
Okay, so now we go to Sassy.
I
What
would
do you
say
think?
it's in between two different songs. I'm jumping on you. I'm sorry. I've been trying to think about it. I don't know the name of that one song that you talk about where you say something about I don't know what it is, but you got it or whatever. I don't know the name of that one. Or it's Best Friend by Tim McGraw.
That's my mom and dad's song, Sassy.
We got married to that song.
We got married to I Wouldn't Want It Any Other Way by Tim McGraw. Look at that.
We got
What
married.
is
What the heck are you thinking?
So, Mr.
What was
Cajun.
I thinking?
I said either Crazy Girl or Best Friend.
That's right. There we go.
All right, there you go. All right, so we go to Angie.
There we go, Angie.
Pour some sugar on it.
Is that something like that? Something like that. The barbecue stain on my white t-shirt.
Killing me in that mini skirt.
Is it something like that? Is that the name of it?
Rocks on the river by the railroad track. She had suntan like that.
Yeah,
That song by that
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so Richard.
Andy Griggs.
Oh yeah.
All right, so final question. Nancy, we're going to go ahead and start with you. When dating, what was her pet name she would give you? When dating, what was her pet name she would give you?
You have to let me think. Do I still call it that?
Doggone it. Can't believe you missed that one. You know that one.
Well, we always do the barbecue stain on my white t-shirt.
They said, oh, you think of me, think of you. You didn't make the question.
I mean, long time ago, I used to call them honey bunches of oats, but now it's just swan.
Cisco, what'd you say?
Honey bunches of oats.
Oh,
Honey bunches of
you
oats.
remember that stupid stuff?
All right. So BK Phipps, when dating, what was her pet name she would give you? So what did he say?
Bertha? Bertha? I was saying Bertha. Is that what he said?
It's so what it was Bertha, right? That's what
Bertha.
Okay. And
Where did Bertha come from?
It's her family thing. They all call each other Bertha.
I'm saying, okay, Bertha. I'm just like, you say, hey, buddy. I just say,
So sassy.
I would say Bay.
All right, Mr. Cajun, what'd you say?
Bay.
All right. And as you can see, these are the ones that are getting right there. The boys got to get them right. Okay, so this one we're excited to find out if the answers match up.
oh my gosh, this is so
So
scary.
Angie, when dating, what was her pet name she would give you? What do you think he said?
I'm looking at all the guys' faces, and they're all like, they all act suspicious.
I know what I called him.
Oh, we gotta hear this.
But I don't know if he would say that on here.
You must have. The way everybody's faces, Angie, I think you might have.
So Angie, it's not a family show right now. It's not a family show.
Did he say something bad?
Okay. He has been and forevermore known as asshole. That is what I have always called him. Asshole.
That must be the answer everybody's faces was.
Was that the answer?
That was the answer.
Yes,
Right, all the men.
I told them that they all started laughing.
Yes, that is my nickname for record.
I was watching all the guys' faces. That's why I was like, something's up with this one.
But I didn't know if he would say that on here.
What else would I say? What you always call me.
Without hesitation.
Fast answer. Was it real fast?
The fastest
Yeah, we
answer
were-
of all answers.
We were ready just to fast forward to that question. We were just okay. So one of the things, so obviously, great job with that, guys. Like, it's important, obviously, in relationships to remember things, and sometimes when you've been together for a long time, we have to go back and say, okay, like, did I do this or did I do, But the main thing is like I said, we're here to have fun. We're here not to put anybody on the couch. Definitely. Like I said, I appreciate you guys doing that. And when I was coming in, I heard somebody answer or do a question in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." Great segment into it. So, so now, what I wanted to ask you guys was, do you guys have like Siri at all, or Alexa at all?
Yeah.
In another room.
Okay. So I wanted to see if you had that, but one of the things that I'm going to do now, because you guys are into, music and good with, I know Nancy, I know Christina, and I know Sassy, and Angie, I know you guys do really well with music. And so I wanted you guys to work together as a couple. So this next game that we're going to play is, let me go ahead and real quick, but let me do a commercial while I'm pulling that up. Here we go. All right, so we are about to see how good you guys are with some songs, because we are going to All right, so we're going to do a playlist here. And so let me go ahead and share this. And we're going to pick something. And
Before you go to that, I do want to say, after playing that, you can tell that we've all been together for a very long time because we all know each other.
Yeah.
We know each other pretty well, I would say.
I think all of us have 20 plus years.
Yeah, congratulations to all of you. We did great.
You too.
Yes.
I want to get more of Cisco's answers.
I love Cisco's answers. They're always.
I just like when he got an answer right. It was like, yeah.
I like Cisco's.
All right. So as you can see, we have a wheel here. Okay. So I am going to be spinning this wheel. Whoever it lands on, they are going to be first up. So if it lands on Christina and Brian,
There's a picture.
and then I'm going to go ahead and pick the genre And then when I pick the genre, I'm going to pull up a song and I'm going to read you lyrics from the song. And you're going to try to finish those lyrics. You're going to try to work together on completing that song. Okay. So obviously you guys know music and music has been a big part of you, whether it's the 80s, 90s, now 2000s, whatever the case may be. Music is universal. All right. So, and in the chat, if you want to play along as well, if you think that you know some of the answers, then definitely you can play along. All right. So let's see who is going to be first up. And Nancy and Cisco. Nancy and Cisco. All right, so let's see what genre we're going to get for you.
What is it?
70s.
All right, so 70s.
Oh,
So
man, that was before my time.
Oh man, that was before my time.
All right, so we got 70s here. So let me go ahead. Why I'm pulling that up? What I'd like for you guys to do is just a couple of questions why I'm getting that going. That I had, just something in general, guys. Where is that paper that I wrote? Okay, we'll just go around the panel. But these two questions, I'm just asking you. Where was your first kiss? And like I said, there's some people that are watching on the rewind for the first time. Some people, might not know. But it'll be where was your first kiss and your first concert. If you want to do it, that's fine. But while you're going around the panel, Sassy, we'll start with you. I'm going to pull up that song.
Our first kiss was at his apartment, and our first concert was George Strait.
All right. And just go ahead and go to the next person.
At my apartment.
Just go down the line. It's fine.
Okay. Our first concert was 38 Special, and our first kiss was at a club in Macon called Whiskey River.
Oh, Whiskey River.
Okay.
All right. For us, it would be at my apartment for the first kiss, and then our concert.
Tim McGraw and Faith Hill.
Ooh,
That's a good concert.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you pay your auto bill late. You win.
They had to pay a cell phone bill, and they had a drawing going right then and there. We put our name in there. We was late for paying our cell phone bill. We won. I was like, heck yeah.
We never been to a concert, have we?
Hey, Obi.
Hey, Obi.
Okay. Hey, Obi. All right. So
What was that,
Nancy and Cisco. So here we go. So it's in the 70s. Okay. So I'm going to start it off for you. So thanks for the times that you've given me. Okay. And you may hear a little bit in the background. You may not. But thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. And now,
Once, twice, three times a lady. Is that what you're looking for?
so
And
you're
now
gonna
that
have
we've
to
come
finish.
back-
You're gonna have to finish the lyrics.
Now that we've come back to the end of our rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. You're
Then
once,
that,
twice, three
and
times
that
a
was
lady.
what I was looking for. The
Okay.
answer that I was looking for was, and now that we've come to the end of our rainbow. So Nancy
Okay.
and Cisco, yes, you got that. So nice job. With that. All
Good
right.
job, Cisco.
Three times, lady. All right. So let's see who is our next victim. Let's see.
Oh, beautiful. Uh-oh, metal. Who gets to do metal?
Okay. So this
Metal
is
for sure.
I hope it's Andy.
So this is going to be metal, but now we're going to see who's going to be knowing it. So real quick, so here we go. Okay, so it's closer to Richard and Angie. So I'm gonna take Richard and Angie instead of having to just keep trying to spin. So Richard and Angie, you're gonna get a medal. So in the meantime, while I'm pulling that up, what you guys want to do is tell us, how about the first album that you bought and your first car. First album you bought and your first car. And you can start, Sassy, you can start off.
Together.
One that we used to sing all the time.
So we bought together, or
Just individual or together.
It could be individuals, guys. Just, you guys, it's just your, when you were in,
That I got.
That our first car or one of our first cars?
both of you guys. So each of you guys, when you guys were like 16, 17, whatever your first
I don't want to mention.
Our first car was a Saturn.
That we bought together. But
Yeah, that we bought together.
Okay.
When I was younger, I had a 260Z. That was my first car I ever bought.
Yeah.
A 1974 260Z. What was the record, that CD we used to? I didn't know anything about rap.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about rap, and it was a song that I remember.
Yeah, it was a soundtrack to that movie.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was Regulator.
But it was the soundtrack
Regulators.
to the movie.
What movie?
Phew, I can't remember the movie.
Prelude.
But it was the Regulator soundtrack.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know. It was a clear white night, a clear white moon.
Yeah, there we go.
How are you? Doing well? Okay. All right. So we're gonna do this one real quick, and then we can still go back to that. But all right. So Angie and Richard, you guys are up. You guys are doing metal, so it's going to be considered a metal type song. Is what I'm pulling up.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I think I'll just probably give you guys. I think it'll be easier if I give you the song, and then you could just try to figure out the next part of the lyrics or whatever. I mean, Nancy was pretty good at just figuring that out, but I think I'll give you the song that I'm choosing, and then you could try to guess the next part of the song. Okay. All right. So you guys are going to be getting Metallica, Master of Puppets. Okay. So you have End of Passion Play, Crumbling Away, I'm Your Source of Self-Destruction. And
It's not your turn.
Okay.
Let's help her about. Hey, Sassy, our first car together was a Saturn too.
So, veins that pump with fear, sucking darkest clear, bleeding on your desk construction. What would be the next part of that song?
Master of puppets pulling the strings.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So anybody? So it's taste me, you will see. More is all you need. Dedicated to how I'm killing you. But that's obviously metal. So like I said, sometimes people.
Any other Metallica song would have worked, Eric.
Well,
Sandman or something.
Well, you
Enter Sandman, Battery. No,
you may get another chance. You may get another chance. So here we go. All right, here we go. All right, so the Cajuns are up. The Cajuns.
And they're going to get the show tunes.
All right, so let's
I
see.
hope not.
So wrong with 80.
All right, so you got 80s.
Hey, what's up, JJ? KNL, what's going on?
All right.
Anna, hello.
Hello, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're watching on the rewind, absolutely appreciate it. So what they're doing is they're going to have to get a 80s song, and they're going to have to try to figure out the lyrics to that song. And basically, I'm going to read off some of the lyrics, and they're going to try to finish the sentence. So here we go. Let me go ahead and look at an 80s song. But if you did not finish that question earlier, you can go ahead and finish that if you did not have an opportunity to do that.
I said my first.
My first car was a 1979 Honda Civic Matic that my dad talked me into buying. I hated it, didn't tag it, sold it, and bought a 1982 Toyota Cressida.
Nice.
What year was mine? 97.
Yours was a 95.
No, I didn't get it out of high school.
98. It was a 98.
I got a 1998 Mitsubishi Eclipse. This is my first car.
Ooh, I wanted an Eclipse so bad.
Yes.
But I got a 1984 Dodge big ol' raggedy white and blue beat up pickup truck. My dad said if I couldn't get hurt, it was like a tank.
Exactly.
For graduation, I got a Chevy S10, so I upgraded. What was your first? Ranger?
Yeah.
And both of our first CDs was the same. It was Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
If you CD, if you know about CD.
Well, my first car was a 1984 Fairmont. It was a beast. That thing loved gas. It had a 351 Windsor in it.
It loved that.
And then my first album I ever bought was Warrant Cherry Pie.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I've worn.
My first car was a 65 Mustang.
What?
Nice.
Mm.
And my grandparents bought it for me.
Oh,
And
that's sweet.
then the first album I ever have, and I still have it to this day, is Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yes.
But I was 5 when that came out. So
You didn't have that out.
the first album I bought myself was Chicago's Greatest Hits.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I love Chicago.
I had a 1967 Chevy Nova in high school. That was mine.
That's what my dad had.
Yeah, it was a fun car. I wish I had that back. All right. So Sassy with the Cajuns. So you guys have You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi.
Ooh, that's
So
nice.
here,
Really?
Andy's like, really? Give him the easy one.
I didn't pick the wheel spin to pick. Right? All right. So shot through the heart. You're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. Hold on. So you give love. So think as you're playing through. So I'll tell you when to finish the sentence. Let's see. So you give love a bad name, and let's see. An angel smile is what you sell. You promise me heaven, then you put me through hell. So what finishes that sentence?
Exactly. I know that part.
We just know the chorus.
Exactly.
I never read the words.
You give love a bad name.
We never really listened to much rock.
Yeah, I just know the chorus of the song.
Okay,
Go ahead. Go ahead,
finish this one. Whoa, you're a loaded gun. Whoa, there's nowhere to run. Can you finish the last part of that? Whoa, you're a loaded gun. There's nowhere to run.
Oh, you give love a bad name. I don't know.
No one can save me. The
damage is done.
Oh, there you go. That's what I said. Y'all take it because I don't know.
All right, so here we go. So let's see who's our.
We are pretty much country and rap.
Let's see, I can do that.
Totally different.
2 minutes is us, Brian.
I rode around the car with my mama, so.
I was back there doing my sock hop with my poodle skirts back then.
All right, so you're gonna get 50s. Let's see who we're gonna pull up. So actually, everybody has done one, but Brian and Christina.
Oh man, we thought Andy did that one.
All right, so Brian and Christina, we're gonna give you the 50s.
Alrighty.
I wasn't even a swimmer in the 50s.
You had to have heard a few songs from the 50s. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on.
Some lollipop.
All their songs were like 2 minutes long.
Yeah, bully.
Yeah.
So, and they were like probably the simplest lyrics. Let's see. All right. So while you're doing that, will you guys talk about maybe the first time or your favorite toy as a kid? And yeah, the favorite toy as a kid, and one of your favorite holidays that you remember, like what year, like it's something that stood out on one of the holidays. Sassy, started off.
Oh, favorite toy was a Fisher Price record player.
I love Fisher Price. Yeah.
Where you have the little plastic records that you would hold in the back of the thing, and you could carry it around.
50s. That's a TV show.
That's cool.
Man, I had a horse on wheels. I rode that thing until the wheels fell off.
What about Angie and Richard? What's y'all's favorite toy?
My favorite toy I got whenever I was a kid was the USS Flag. It was a GI Joe aircraft carrier.
Oh, cool!
Wow.
And that was my favorite toy. And then probably my best holiday memory is mine and Angie's first Christmas together.
Oh.
That's the way to say it tonight.
We was dirt poor, but somehow or another we scraped together, and I got her what she wanted for Christmas, and she scraped her money together and got me what I wanted for Christmas.
That's sweet.
Good job, asshole.
Is that an everyday thing?
Yes, that is every day.
Yes.
All right. So let's see here. I can imagine her calling him the pet name, like in a grocery store. She's in line on the phone.
Hey, it happens there.
What's that is about 15 husbands show up.
Yeah.
I can't be the only one. I can't.
All right. So Christina and Brian, you guys are gonna get Dream Lover from Bobby Darin. Dream Lover. All right. So start now. Every night I hope and pray my dream lover will come my way. What is the next part of that
I just want to lay down and play.
Somebody from CISCO would say.
Eric, that's the
I've
only
heard
thing
the song before, but I do not know the words.
I'd have to hear the tune.
Okay, so let's see. So
that's the only thing they do.
So
don't.
Come on. Or something I can't remember.
Yeah, we could.
a girl to hold in my arms and know the magic of her charm.
I was close.
So back in the days, in the 50s, like obviously very simple with the lyrics, very simple. Probably 2-minute songs, and mostly 2-3 minute songs, but very, very simple on a lot of those. All right. So
Yeah, the hard one.
now if like I say, guys, if we were like on a, I know a lot of you guys, are working and doing your late days and all that stuff, and I would have fun with this all night, definitely, because there's a lot of directions I could go. But I wanted to try that, and I wanted to just see, how I could spin it a little bit without actually like playing all the songs on there. But I appreciate like you guys coming in here and doing this, and you guys in the chat. Like, hello, Supine, how's it going?
Hey,
We hope you're
Supine.
doing well.
Bye.
So I wanted, I just kind of wanted to, obviously with couples, you guys are together and having a lot of fun and just kind of bringing you guys on this stream. Sassy and I had talked about it, and we had looked forward to just, having some fun. It wasn't going to be, hello, Mama J, how's it going?
Hey, honey.
We just played some songs from the 50s, Mama J.
Yeah.
So we were just having some
His
fun with
era,
that.
Mama J.
Yeah.
We also did a little rendition of like the Newlywed Game.
Yeah.
So they
Want some new
nobody,
information?
as far as I know, has to be on the couch. But this one here, as your last kind of round, I want to see if you guys, as a team, once again working on a team. So CISCO, it's a good thing because you can huddle together a little bit to come up with the answer. I'm not going to just call on you, CISCO, to say, because I know you get tired, and I don't want you to just be like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's so tired.
I don't want you to have to do it. So I know that Nancy will be able to bail you out, but Cisco, while I'm doing this real quick, do you have, a good birthday? Like, how do you feel, my man?
I feel pretty good. I can't complain.
So, did you get a good? Did you get the lasagna? Did you get a good birthday dinner?
Yeah.
He got two
a day
grails.
late.
Did you have
Hey,
something
hey.
really
Where
good
your
for
grills
birthday?
at?
Did you get to go out? Did you do?
Oh, we got
did
two
you do
grails.
anything like
Ooh.
Got
He got
two
two
grills.
grails, a soda, like 8 or 9 pops. It'll premiere tonight, guys.
Okay.
But we got to see
All
it.
right, so there you go, guys. So look forward on the premiere for that coming up. All right, so real quick, we'll finish this one here with a little bit of. All right, so here we go with some speed round questions real quick, and we're going to see whoever thinks they know the answer first. You're going to basically you're going to call out. Let's see. I'm going to give you an opportunity to. I'll just go to you randomly, and then I'll give you a speed round where you guys can call them out. Okay. So Christina and Brian, we are going to start with you guys first. All right. So, what was the name of Inspector Gadget's dog? What was the name of Inspector Gadget's dog?
Spot? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
We don't know that one.
Anybody want to chime in on that one?
Dang, man, if you'd have called me about 20 years ago, yeah, I would have knew that.
20 years
Can we
ago.
phone a friend, Ronnie?
At least 20 years ago.
Inspector Gadget's dog.
Whatever the reason I can remember the niece's name, I can't remember the dog's name.
Remember the dog?
So wait, we want to get. Mama J does have an answer, a question.
Mama J keeps asking this. She missed the whole thing. It's like, why? Why are they calling that?
I said it to like 2 answers above it. I told her.
I don't think it's
That's her pet name for Richard.
Somebody said Max for the dog.
It's her term of endearment.
Okay, so the name was Brain. Brain was the
Oh.
word.
Yes, yes, yes,
Um,
yes. I remember that
Okay,
now.
so Nancy and Cisco, who had never been kissed in Never Been Kissed?
Oh my gosh.
Who what?
I can see her face.
What was the character's name? It was
Oh.
Drew Barrymore.
What is her character name?
Oh,
Who had never been kissed? Never been kissed.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Okay, in the movie Never Been Kissed, her
Oh.
name.
Starts at the news place.
You know?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Yeah.
Never
It
seen it.
is, but it's a wrong.
Never seen it to say never seen it. Worst case.
Never seen it.
Grossy,
I've never seen it.
Grossy,
Rosie
That
Josie.
picture would be great.
Grossy Josie, Grossy Josie.
Oh yeah, Rosie. That weird. Yeah, crazy.
All right. So Sassy,
I've seen Drew Barrymore.
okay. What 90s teen movie star appeared in 3 Aerosmith videos? What
Okay.
90s teen movie star appeared in 3 Aerosmith videos?
We know this one.
What's up with the rock? Man?
Yep.
What's up with another rock thing?
Oh, I see her face.
I know he's asking us 90s questions. We're like older than that.
It was a female.
80s teen.
After you reach a certain age, your memory starts going bad. You know
I think
that.
she was Aerosmith's daughter on that one.
Was it Alicia Silverstone?
Okay, so Alicia Silverstone. Who said that?
Me?
Alicia
Yep.
Silverstone,
Yep.
that's correct.
Was that right?
Alicia Silverstone. Alicia Silverstone. Yes, that is correct.
Hey, Mr. Holly, what's going on?
Hey,
Okay,
Mr. Holly English.
so let's see here, Christina.
He's hoping that we'll be doing this again because he's laughing at the
Everybody's going, that's going to be the main thing mentioned in the chat.
What?
Bye, Sharon.
Which
Bye, Sharon. Have a good night. Which rock star played the role of a vampire in the 1983 movie The Hunger? Mick Jagger, David Bowie, or Cher?
I'm going to say David Bowie. Do you think, Brian?
David
I think
Bowie
I would
is
say.
correct. Yes.
I was gonna- It is.
Why can't we have multiple choice questions?
All right. Let's see here.
He can't say favorite
Richard.
co-host.
Yeah.
Okay, so Richard, in 1984, what Detroit sports team had an incredible 35-5 to start their season?
35-5. I'm gonna have to go with Detroit Pistons.
That's correct.
It's Detroit Tigers. The
Oh,
Detroit
really?
started
I
out in
was just
84.
lying.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah,
I
we
wouldn't
knew
know.
it wasn't the Lions, but
Yeah. You know it wasn't Lions and it wasn't that.
They haven't had 35 wins combined since then.
all right. Here you go, Sassy. So we go back to Nancy.
84.
Go back to Nancy. So Come On Over became the best-selling studio album of all time by a solo female artist in any genre.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain, there you go.
You got it. You got it.
Sassy, like, how come we didn't get okay? Sassy, who is Marshall Bruce Mathers III?
Oh, Eminem.
There you go. Brian,
Comes to us, we
Which-
get some Detroit questions.
Brian, which team did Gordie Howe play his last season with? The Detroit Red Wings, Boston,
Detroit, yeah. She's like, what's up with Detroit questions?
the
He
Boston
can't even
Bruins,
say it.
or the Hartford Whalers? So, which team did Gordie Howe play his last season with?
I'm going to say the Bruins.
It was actually the Hartford Whalers.
Yeah, I don't watch any hockey.
Okay, Angie, and Richard. True or false? There was a TV show called Friday the 13th.
True.
All right. there
Came
we
on
go.
USA, I think.
All right.
And it didn't have Jason Voorhees in it.
No.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tats. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right. Nancy, which longtime rocker wrote the song Rockin' in the Free World?
Multiple choice.
No multiple choice. You can probably call Mama J.
Mama J, can we call you?
What longtime rocker wrote the song Rockin' in the Free World?
Mom J, help me out.
Springfield.
Rockin' in the free world. You know what I'm saying?
Wonder Breaks.
Cisco's like, nah.
Neil.
All right.
Neil Young. Someone said Neil Young in the chat.
Yes, it was Neil Young. Yes, James.
James.
Okay.
I know some of his other songs.
Rick Springfield.
All right.
Thanks, James.
Okay, so
You got it right?
Yeah.
Brian and Christina, in what Brian De Palma film does Al Pacino say the line, "Say hello to my little friend"?
Yeah.
Who are you asking?
Christina and Brian.
Oh.
Scarface.
Is it Scarface?
Scarface. That is correct.
That's actually mine and Cisco's gamer tags on PS4. He's
Oh, is it?
mine, and I'm a little friend.
Oh,
So, Eric, Mr. Holly English said he needs to be on here if you're going to keep asking Detroit questions. Thank you,
You're doing
for
better than
dropping
me.
one.
Mad Hatter.
All right, Sassy. What full length computer generated imagery? So a CGI. What full length CGI movie revolutionized animated films in 1995? So it was the first film to come up with in 1995 that started the CGI.
I know the movie. I know the movie as well. All these people are blue.
Oh, Avatar.
Avatar.
Oh,
It was going to be It's an animated film though.
Uh,
Avatar wasn't animated, and it was in
But
1995.
CGI. You said CGI.
Well, it's a computer generated imagery, so it's a CGI movie, but it revolutionized animated films.
Oh, okay.
We know.
we know.
I'm going to take a stab in the. I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah,
Take a guess.
that threw me off.
I think. I don't know.
Take a guess,
I'll
guys.
give you that. So
Toy,
to infinity and beyond.
Cisco,
Oh,
you
Toy
said Toy
Story.
Story.
Okay.
That's his
Oh,
favorite movie.
Jane was close. She thought it was Space Jam.
I know. Well,
Or whatever you want to say.
I was thinking Fantasia. I don't know why.
All right. All right. So Richard and Angie, who directed The Sixth Sense?
M. Night Shyamalan.
yes, that's my favorite director ever. M.
He's got a
Night
new movie.
Shyamalan. I don't know his name.
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Favorite
Nancy
director.
and Cisco. What animated show featured Angelica Pickles screaming, "You stupid babies"?
Rugrats.
All right.
You can do that answer.
All right. So here we go. So Brian, Christina, what sitcom starred a young man in West Philadelphia, born and raised?
Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Go ahead and sing it, Brian.
That's where it's been.
Go sing it.
Fresh Philadelphia. Born and raised.
Recognize West Vietnam. Now shooting b-ball outside the school when a couple of guys started in my neighborhood.
Everybody's going.
All right.
Just don't understand.
So the Cajuns, who had a hit with the country song "Achy Breaky Heart"?
But don't
Billy
go
Cyrus.
Oh, Kentucky Water.
Well, Billy
And
Ray.
his daughter is Miley Cyrus.
Good
Yes.
job.
She can sing any genre she wants to.
yes, you can.
As long as she comes in with the wrecking ball.
Yeah, the wrecking
Or
ball.
the climb. She got to climb, you know.
All right. Let's see here. So Richard and Angie, what team did San Francisco 49ers quarterback Joe Montana get traded to?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Can't see the cheese.
Mama
No,
Jason.
ask them all the
Billy
stories.
Ray.
Until
I'm
Lawrence.
good.
Okay. So let's see.
Mama
Nancy.
J, if you like Billy Ray, you come over here. All the boys are wearing mullets these days. I'm not telling you no
Now
lie.
take Kentucky Waterfall.
What high school comedy had a character named Screech?
Say about the bell.
This
Oh, it's a big one.
guy's like, yeah, I love
All
it.
right, Brian and Christina, who was matched against Michael Jordan in the 1993 NBA Finals? Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, or Billy Cunningham?
Oh my God, 1993.
Magic.
Magic Johnson?
It was actually Charles Barkley.
It's been so long ago.
Charles.
Oh,
All right. So
Is he related to Gnarls Barkley? I remember when I was
I
Mr.
remember.
Mr. Cajun and Sassy, who was famous for their nasally saying, "Did I do that?" Urkel.
Mr. Cajun is going to have to dip out. He's
All right.
it's
Yes,
past
my
his
bedtime.
bedtime.
All right, we got so no worries. Mr. Cajun, we absolutely adore you. We are glad that you hung out with us and you were hanging, you know, battling and having some fun.
What's my famous
So,
saying?
That's one way to make sure you get to sleep in bed.
definitely
You go to
thank
bed
you so
first.
much.
That's funny.
So we have the Cajuns. So here's their commercial. The Cajuns, keeping up with the Cajuns. All right. So thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we definitely would love to have you back again, and maybe on a night where you don't have to go to work the next day, and you could stay a little longer, or a daytime affair.
Maybe at the end of November, I might be like CISCO, and it might be long enough. I'm working on it.
Right? Remember how we do it, Cassie?
Yeah. Well, I can barely do it now.
You can't do it anymore. There we go.
All right. But
Thank y'all for having me.
we appreciate it 100%. And I know, gentlemen, I know East Coast. I know. So we're getting in that market. I know a lot of you guys get up early. So we did, Sassy, we did approach the 2-hour mark here in a few minutes. So, you know, it was definitely a lot of fun just hanging out. I just kind of want to go out, if you don't mind, Mr. Cajun, we can finish it with, we'll start with you. What, as a married couple, what do you feel is most important? What would you tell people out there? What's most important to you in a relationship? What do you think is most important ingredient in a relationship?
Quality time and communication.
Quality time and communication, and
That's by far the most important.
Okay.
You don't have that, then you can't know each other. You can't really spend time to get to know each other and know what each other's needs are, to be able to be there for those needs.
So like I said, guys, if you were just starting out in a relationship, or you're thinking about, you know, as it's the holiday season comes, you might be having your eye on that special someone in the office, and you're planning on asking them out. We're giving you some advice from some seasoned veterans here. So get a pen and a pencil and write that down. So Sassy, what is something in the marriage that you value over the years that you've known Mr. Cajun, that you absolutely just adore? You know, you're just like, you know, when you look at him, you're like, you know, man, I just love this man.
How thoughtful he is, and no matter what I look like, he always tells me that I'm beautiful, or that I'm sexy, or how lucky he is to have me. So words of affirmation are huge to me, and just that he always puts me first.
And I just get called an asshole.
It means she loves you.
It's love. It's love behind that.
That's some tough love.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to go over in that direction now. So we have the ROSCOE Pops. All right, so Angie and Richard, like, obviously, you know, you guys have been together for a long time. There's a lot of things, you know, with relationships, it's always ups and downs. What would you say that is a strength in your relationship when we talk about communication? But for some people, it's hard. You know, it's hard. Like if you're upset at each other, how do you guys handle that? Like, I mean, how you talk about communication? What's something that stands out, Angie, to you that Richard, you know, tries, you know, like he shows that maybe he made a mistake, you know, maybe he forgot something, but he wants to make it up to you. Like, you know, what are the things that kind of stand out for you when it comes to Richard doing stuff like that?
Okay, first of all, you know, if we have a bad argument, used to we would go at it. And I guess that's where asshole came from. But as we've grown older and wiser, we learn to walk away and then come together when we can talk about it. But with Richard, if he is in the wrong, he will always apologize.
There you go.
He's man enough to say, I'm sorry, I did this. And, so yeah, he'll do that. He won't just, not apologize.
Yeah, the best thing to do is if you're arguing, just walk away for a little while.
So there you go, guys. That is, like I said, those are things that, instead of staying in the argument, if you are wrong, admit, like even sometimes if you're not wrong, sometimes it's just to say, you know what, hun, you're right. And you deal with it because, sometimes it's just not worth it. You pick your battles
Exactly.
and you kind of go in that direction. So, as you guys are writing this down, the people that are getting into new romances and relationships, these are important. These are things that will pay dividends. Okay, so Phipps, BK, Brian, and Christina.
I look so good, I might actually go to Tennessee.
So sometimes, as a couple, you have to be on the same page, but sometimes you're not on the same page, and it can kind of create a little bit of rift of like, maybe like you left some, let's say, Brian, you left the coffee on top of the car as she's driving off, and next thing you know, the coffee's spilling down the windshield, and things along those lines. How do you guys work that to where you're like, all right, he made a mistake, she made a mistake, but you know what? At the end of the day, we're still a team. Like, how do you guys deal with that in relationships?
Well, to get my way, I slap him around a few times, and then that usually works. And then he does. What do you do to me? You throw my
No.
I'm just kidding. I don't slap anybody around.
Come on,
No,
brother.
I never hear the end of it.
Usually we laugh at most things. I don't know. When we were younger, we took things serious. But I think as we got older, we just don't take things as serious.
We found that through the years of being together, that the more times that we're on the same page, like we can accomplish anything.
Yeah.
So we always find a way, like we were talking about a while ago, picking your battles. Yeah. We always find a way to be on the same page, even if we may not even agree with what the other one's saying. And
we just think it's a waste of time when you get mad at each other.
Right.
You're just wasted energy, and just what's the point to be mad? I mean, it just ruins the day.
And I think the older you get, you realize that some things aren't as important as you might have thought they were in the beginning. And like, did we really fight over that? That's
exactly.
So stupid. There's more important things.
The coffee example. That would be something we probably would laugh. Like, oh my, we would laugh about it. Just
unless it was on my truck, then me and her would be fighting. And on Black Beauty.
I just said the fact that I'm an asshole.
I think that you should never, don't go to bed mad. Don't leave the house mad, because you never know when the last time you're going to see that person who means so much to you. You never know what's going to happen.
Correct.
Life will throw you in many different directions.
Mm-hmm. You never know what's going to happen the next day.
And once again, guys, great advice coming from couples that have been together, they've been through some things and they experience things and they work things out. And it's always important to have that. But you also have to have, sometimes you get that teacher side of things who sees things from an educational side. And so obviously we have Nancy and CISCO.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
boy.
That's
Yeah, boy.
So CISCO, do you get to that point where like sometimes like you might get a little frustrated, like how sometimes you come home from work and maybe Nancy's like, hey, you need to take out the garbage, or hey, can you do this for me, or can you and you're like, I just want to come in and sit down and relax, but at the same time you take that look at Nancy and you're like, that's my wife. I love her. I'm going to be there and do things for her. Like, I mean, as you get older and the relationship continues on, how do you see that with each other? Like, the commitment of that communication is there, but it's that commitment to things as well, because it's not just, it's not just a honeymoon period. There's a lot of things you're working together as a family. You got to take care of things, but you do work really hard. And I know that 100%. But when you get home, now you got more work to put into the relationship, right? Because you're home now. So how do you balance that? How do you look at the balancing in a relationship when you go from work? And now you guys do a lot of camping, which is really cool. How do you look at the balancing part of your relationship?
I mean, tonight, what did you have to do with the kitchen when you came home from work?
Install a ceiling fan.
My ceiling fan in the kitchen broke. I was like, the ceiling fan's broken. He went downstairs and got what we had downstairs and didn't hesitate to put it up. Like, he doesn't get mad about anything. There's nothing he won't do for me. He usually never says no about anything. He's the most easygoing person on the planet.
So he's a big teddy bear. Well, that's kind of what we get.
Oh, you did it with 2 beers?
Yeah.
I love it.
Motivation.
So now I have a new fan, and it has 4 lights instead of 3. So now my kitchen's brighter.
Winning.
I ain't sleeping on the couch tonight.
All right. Well, guys, like I said, everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys coming in, supporting. We appreciate you watching on the rewind. We wanted to have a little bit of fun. These are some amazing couples in the YouTube community. They do some amazing things with their channels. I know, like, CISCO is going to have his stream, his vlog, his daily vlog going to be popping up here very shortly. Make sure you go and support that. Check out what he got for his birthday. Christina, you're always doing things. Your hands are always in the YouTube sink.
That's the only sink.
You just ended back on the couch.
Back on the couch. You see this couch?
Hey, something you learn in marriage and in life. Sometimes the truth hurts.
What's on the horizon for your channel? What do you have coming up? Anything that you want to plug and show out there?
I think tomorrow we have our Southern Pop Rock Gals. Tomorrow night we're going to do game night. We're actually borrowing your that Scramble game. I saw it online, so we're just going to have game night tomorrow and just let everybody play.
The words on stream?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. So we're going to use that tomorrow night. So if everyone's drop in, it's just going to be games. You just chat, games.
That
So
was fun. I have to work late tomorrow.
So Sassy, make sure you contact my lawyer.
Yeah, you should have brought the lawyer.
The lawyer's name.
I thought couples would need the
You
lawyer.
didn't make it.
King Bob did ask if you're going to have a singles night on this, Eric. So that was asked in the chat if you're going to do a singles.
No, King Bob, it's going to be ladies' night. You got to put a wig on. Ladies' night.
It's ladies' night.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on.
Exactly.
You can
It's
come
true,
in like
Caitlin.
a regular.
So Angie, who recently on Scream Stream was able to beat out Canine Collectibles and the Dead Skeleton. She didn't go in there with the confidence that she has.
Yeah, she did.
But Richard, what are some things that in a relationship that's important to bring out the confidence in that relationship? What would you say from the guy's perspective that's really important to strengthen and show the confidence in the relationship?
About the only things you can do is just try to be as supportive as you can. I mean, like with Angie, I don't really like point her in a direction. I kind of just let her go her direction and kind of just support her, and that's really all you can do, I mean, unless unless you know they're making a bad decision, which most of the time you don't. But if
Angie's face.
So support is very important, very good. A great ingredient to have in the relationship.
Sacrifice is very important.
Sacrifice, absolutely. Sacrificing when you come home, instead of like sitting on the couch, you're gonna go do a couple things. We absolutely hearing these things, guys. If you're watching on the rewind, you're single. Hey, write these things down.
I can tell you that he's my best friend. There, you know, I do got my girls, but you know, he is my best friend.
He knows you the most. He knows.
To know about me.
He knows everything. Yeah, they know all the things. Like,
Yeah.
he's one person that knows everything. You know.
Yeah.
That's my ride or die right here.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Did Brian say a tear? Is that correct, Richard? Is there?
I said, yeah.
Richard had a tear.
I think the asshole was leaking there a little bit.
I still can't believe Angie calls him that. I don't know.
Oh man,
You got to get it on
He's
it.
like all the time.
It's got to be a sticker now, right? You got to.
I know we're gonna get him a sticker now.
I just can't believe that he said it on here, and then it was
I
like,
would like to see your all's reaction when he said that. I just seen everybody's reaction on that one.
Right. Oh,
Let's watch the rewind.
We'll have to watch the rewind.
Yeah, we'll do the rewind.
All right. So, Angie, what do you got coming up that you'd like to plug? Anything you want to put in that direction?
I should have we should have a video. I say because I have to edit it. I got one that should come out Thursday, but tomorrow we're doing me and Christina's just doing the Southern Pop Rock Gals at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so, Nancy, did you guys have anything else coming up? You know, I know you guys do your daily vlogs and everything. And you got the one tonight. Anything up and coming?
That's all I know about.
Okay.
She didn't know about this for tonight. She was like,
I mean, it's a daily vlog.
All right, and so Sassy Cajun, you know, obviously, you know, you're doing a lot on your channel. You have Sassy Sunday as well.
I have some stuff coming up this week.
Okay, so any whatnots and stuff? Oh, that's right. You guys do, Angie. You guys do whatnots, right?
We haven't done one in a little while,
Okay.
but we'll let everybody know when we schedule the next one.
Perfect.
We need to.
So Thursday I'll be on Johnny Funko, doing his podcast. He'll be interviewing me. Sunday is Eric's 1500 celebration.
Well, so it's more like it's a milestone. So I'm kind of like when I didn't get a chance to do the 1,000 very much. There at the time I was doing it, some other people were doing things, and so I'm just kind of like doing like a milestone celebration just to kind of say thanks and support and just kind of throw it out there. But you know, because like obviously that's, you know, we continue to grow, we continue to do things in this community, help each other out, and it's just a way of getting on here and just saying thank you. And so I just kind of figured I would do it. And Sassy was actually nice enough to give up her Sassy Sunday to be able to plug into that time. I do have to send $200, but other than that, you know,
Everything's got a price.
Yep, there's a price.
Mama J, I was getting to that, but then Eric started talking. So Sunday, the Crafts and Cocktails will be playing Family Feud. It's me, Caitlin, and Jenny from the Root Crew on one team, and Brandy, Angie, and Christina on the other team, and Mama J is going to be our host. And we'll be drinking some cocktails and hanging out. Girls night.
Girls night.
And thank you, Sapine, for dropping in. We appreciate the support. Sapine said, "See you around." Thank you so much. And so Sharon said,
Sharon said she's single. She's a single lady. Single lady. Since 2009.
And you know, sometimes, you know, when you are on the single side of things as well, like you don't have somebody to like, well, where were you? You know, like how come you're not here? You know, there's a lot of that. But when you're with somebody, you find the special person, and you know that that person is someone that, you know, you want to be with, and they want to be with you, and kind of that meant to be scenario. There's nothing that takes that away. You know, there's just a lot of things in life. It's hard. You know, life is hard, and there's no playbook. There's no, you know, you don't look to a manual. You know, as a guy, you know, a girl, you don't say, okay, I'm paid 64 and I'm supposed to say this. You know, you don't do that. You work it out. You communicate. You know, you take the time. Sometimes you got to walk away to come right back. You know, hopefully there's not very many times you have to sleep on the couch. Like you said, don't go to bed mad.
Just go away. That's what Mama J said. Molly Crew. Don't go away, man. Just go away. And there's no perfect marriage. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage. Just to let y'all know, there's no such thing. No such thing.
No.
You have your up and downs. It's just the way life goes.
And if you're thinking about starting dating somebody, check that credit.
Yeah, check the credit. Get that credit karma.
Before you start dating them, check that credit and meet their parents.
Yes. Background check.
Yeah, do a background check.
You're like, pull up your FICO score real quick. Let me see.
There's some crazy people out there now, man.
Before they sit us down at the table, I got to check the FICO score.
Look, I need to meet your mom and daddy, know their issues, and I need to see your credit score. Period. TransUnion now.
Are you teaching Connor all that?
Yes. That's what I always told Angie. If anything ever happens with me and her, the next one it's gonna be like filling out an application.
The last LJ, the very last question that I forgot that I did want to ask this. So we'll go ahead and start with Nancy. We'll start with you guys, and you both can answer it if you like. What were you more nervous about, meeting his family the first time or introducing him to yours?
Introducing him to mine.
Introducing and okay. Cisco, did you?
And now they like him better than they like me, but
you can't.
Sassy, what about you? Were you more nervous about meeting his family the first time or introducing him to yours?
Well, my mom introduced us, so that wasn't the problem. I think I was more worried about him meeting my dad than anything, but you know.
Okay. Brian and Christina.
I would say same with Sassy because my dad was a cop. He was a lieutenant, so my mom. So when we met, we met at a convenience store. But Brian would always hang out. Well, Dad came by one day, and Dad goes, "Who's that guy over there? What's who's his parents? Where they live?" He was wanting to get the background check.
It was time for we had just closed the store. It's like 10:30. He pulls up in the cruiser, and he's holding an orange, and he's hollering at Christina to come over there, wanting to know what kind of orange this is, so that he could ask her all those questions about it. I mean, like it's a navel.
All right.
That's mine.
Angie and Richard, how about you guys? More nervous about meeting his family the first time or introducing him to yours?
From my aspect, dude, whenever I was young, I was buck wild. I didn't care.
I was so worried about introducing him to my family.
Oh, dude,
and with good reason.
Dude, I was poor and I was buck wild.
And mad at the world.
And yeah.
What was the response, Angie? I mean, how did that first?
Not too good.
Was it like one of those rifles in the door?
They did not like him at all. And now my mama loves, adores. So yeah, it all turned around, but he had a lot of growing up to do. So
yeah, dude, I was young, I was buck wild. I did not care.
Well, we may have to in season 2. We may have to explore that in an interview, Sassy.
Yeah,
I'll explore the buck walls. Old segment.
I want to leave that stuff in the past,
Yeah.
Like Rafiki for the Lion King. It's in the past.
Yeah, that's true.
In the rear view because you look, it's behind you. You gotta look to the future.
Oh, we do.
What's that?
Look to the future.
Oh yeah.
People are getting a little sleepy on the East Coast. We know it's almost
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
But once again, if you are having Cisco, I know you repair a lot of things, but if you ever do run into issues with bats, Cisco, we have a guy.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
And he will take care of the bats. Sometimes 100% close off. So Yeah, in the buff, Bat Exterminator. There you
That was
go.
a hilarious story.
But
It
we
was.
appreciate you guys 100% for taking the time to come hang out with Sassy and I. We definitely will look to do something like this again. It could be with some more couples added to the mix, different types of games or whatever the case may be. But I'm glad, Cisco, that you were able to make it. I hope that you had a great birthday, my friend.
I did. Thank you.
Nancy and Cisco, you guys have been amazing this year. The fact that the time that we've known you, we are very proud to call you friends, and we look forward. Sassy's had an opportunity to meet you, and we look forward to that in season 2.
Twice.
And we look forward. Nancy does some amazing job, with her logos. Guys, hit her up. Make sure. I've been trying to do it for the last 6 months. I can't get a response out of her, but
iPads
Tell me what you want.
Give her a break. She's had a rough time lately. Give
Just
her a
go left the iPad on the van, just like I did the coffee.
But definitely, if you are looking for a new nickname, maybe Asshole might be the one. You never know, but
I will never get
it seemed to be a good chemistry up there. It's been great meeting Richard and Angie. You guys have been great friends, people that we've gotten to know in this community. So we wanted to tell you guys thank you very much. A lot of fun, 100%. And BK and Brian, always you can tell the love in the banter with you guys. Love having you guys on the show. It's like spending the day with you guys. Is something that would be a lot of fun out there. 100%. Just picking your brain.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know Sassy won't think.
And hopefully Sassy will get some video footage. Like I said, Sassy has a tour short. A shirt that she's making of all the places.
Everybody, Dirty South Tour or whatever it was. She's the best to everybody.
But once again, guys, thank you so much. Sassy, anything that you want to say?
Well, when we talked about doing a couples night, these are the first 3 couples that came to my mind. I am thankful that we have met you and that we've all become really good friends.
Yes.
I cannot wait to meet the other 2 couples. I know I've met Nancy and Cisco, and we've stayed at their house, and thank you for opening your door. I look forward to meeting Angie and Richard in person and give them a hug, and I can't wait to see Christine and Brian.
Oh God!
Can't wait to hear me say "Go Falcon."
And I'll just turn around and walk away.
And then Angie, you can call me an asshole with Angie.
So thank y'all for being friends, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. It's fun.
All right, guys, we're heading out, so we want to tell everybody thank you. My cat is bothering me.
Kitty cat.
Want some treats? All right, Simba. But thank you to everybody. So let's go ahead and our super chatters and our supporters. Here we go.